And shalom, shalom, Israel. Shalom, first and foremost. I want to begin by giving all praise and glory to our Lord Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rabbah. Okay, we want to give double honors unto our apostles, our teachers. I'm a great millstone. Shalom, sincere. Shalom to brothers that are doing the work of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. And also, shalom to the sisters, who are also waking up in these last days, man. Okay, so Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, as always. And the name of the Heavenly Father means He is, and Yahweh Shai means He is a deliverer, man. Okay, and Abba Hashem is to say in the name of Hakudash, the Holy Spirit, man. Okay, so today we're right here again, to be able to come on here and prophesy, the downfall of this place, and also to talk about the election of Israel, because many are called but few are chosen, man. Okay, and also the prophecies, which is a very major, I'm a factor of this thing, man. Okay, because at the end of the day, that's all, we're going to be talking about, because it's all about the prophecies. We're just talking about how, that the spirit of Yahweh Shai, you got that? Okay, you got it.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren, that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
That's right. So the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai, who you call Jesus Christ, okay, is the spirit of prophecy, man. And so we're going to talk about prophecies day and night, man, until they come to pass. The word prophesy, I'm a prophet, means to say before. You see, so we're here to say before the things that are actually going to happen, man, because Yahweh Shai has given us the word, man. You see, can you bring out the book of 2 Esdras, the 9th chapter, because it goes into that, man. You see, about the prophecies, and also can you grab me the book of Hebrews, the first chapter?
This is the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself.
That's right. So the Lord Yahweh Shai, he's saying, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So you have to know what times you're in, man. See, it's very important to understand the times that you're in, because you have to be able to, like this, just how the scripture says in the book of Revelation chapter 10 or Salakia chapter 3 verse 10, that you got to keep, if you keep the hour, Salakia, if you keep the gates of Yahweh Shai is going to keep you from the hour of temptation, man. You see, because we are living in those times, man. Beautiful, man. I like that. Yahweh Shai brought this up, man. You see? So, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. It says, Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, man. You see, so the hour of temptation, which is talking about the RFID chip, man. You see, that's when everybody will be tried. So the scripture says that it's going to come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So no one is going to escape that, man. You see, that's when your faith will be tested. You see? Can you go back to that? Yeah, or like if you got something, bring it up.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
That's right. So, we're going to come to a time that if you don't worship the image of the beast, which is the system, right? Beginning, with America, you see, the system of Edomite supremacy, you see, if you don't worship that, it's going to come to a time where Esau will most likely put you to death, man. You see, because, they're going to make a separation. There's going to be differences between the people, man. You see, people who are with the system and people who are not with the system, man. You see, and then you have some people who are in between, you see, and so those are the people that Esau's going to try to, manipulate their minds, to get them to take the RFID chip, man. But at the end of the day, the scripture says that, that's Satan, man, select, at the end of the day, I got it, it's not good. At the end of the day, the scripture says that if you don't worship, the image, that you're going to be put to death, man. You see, and so we are prepared when He woke up the elect, He's been preparing us. What's that? Book of Wisdom of Solomon. Talking about how that gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. You see, so we've been, Lord Yahweh, Lord willing that we be of those men, we be of the elect. The Lord has been preparing the elect to go through those times, man. You see, because it's not a time, that is going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy walk. You see, that's in the book of, you got it? Wisdom of Solomon, I believe the second chapter.
Solomon chapter 3 and verse 4, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
That's right. So though the elect be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. The book of Revelation chapter 20 verse 4, going into the prophets being beheaded. Go ahead.
And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded.
That's right. And so what is that great reward? The kingdom of heaven, man. Yahweh Shemashah beaming up the elect and giving them that crown.
Yeah. For Yahweh Shemashah proved them and found them worthy for Himself.
That's the point, man. Okay, they've been proved. You see, we have gone through, I'm a difficult path. You see, the scripture talk about, that we gotta, I'm gonna go through that, I'm a straight, gate. You see? Go ahead.
As gold in the furnace has He tried them and received them as a burnt offering.
That's right, and received them as a burnt offering, man.
Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High.
That's right. So, the souls of the prophets, some of us, like Yahweh Shai said, some of us will be put to death and some will not taste of that. You see? And so, this right here is talking about some of the men that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shemashah because we believe in the words of Yahweh Shemashah.
And which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image,
that's right,
neither received his mark
that's
upon
right.
their foreheads,
that's right,
or their hands.
That's right. So these are the elect men that have not worshipped the beast, neither received, the mark. You see, they have completely done away with Esau, Edom, and worshipped Yahweh Shemashah and His ways. Man. See?
And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years.
That's right, man. That's why it said that it talked about like the brother just recently read, they shall be greatly rewarded. You see, as being able to reign with Yahweh Shah for 1,000 years and eternity, man.
Looking back to the second Esdras 9 and verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which He made.
That's right. So then you're gonna understand that this is the very same time that Yahweh Shemashah begin to visit this world, man. You see, a lot of people don't believe in the second coming of Yahweh Shai, man. Actually, a lot of people, man. You see, we even have, some, people who call themselves Christians or Catholics who don't actually believe in the second coming of Yahweh Shai. They think that this is just it, man. You see, that's goes to show you the lack of faith in these people, man. You see, even though they go to these different, churches, they don't actually read the scriptures, man, to be able to understand, what times we're in and if Yahweh Shai is coming back again, man. See, if you say that you believe in the Bible, then you will actually believe in the words of Yahweh Shemashah. And Yahweh Shemashah said that He's going to return. Revelation 1 and 7, right? He coming with clouds and every eye will see Him. You see, that's in the scriptures, man. So the Lord Yahweh Shemashah said that He's going to visit the world which He made, man.
The book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 38 through 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and
came and they didn't know, man. That's why the scripture says that Yahweh is going to come as a thief in the night, man. To those individuals that are not awake, man. See?
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
It's the same thing, man. You see, it's written right there for them, for these people to understand, man. But, you know, the understanding is not given unto them. You see, even though the words are here for everyone to be able to read, man, okay, anybody can pick up the scripture and read it, but the understanding is not given to all people, man. That's why you have people doing, their daily routines, man. You see, just going to work, coming home, etc. They think that this is life, man. You see, the Lord Yahweh Shai said that the same thing that happened in the time of Noah is the same thing that's going to happen now, man. You see? And so it's like, if you actually watch movies, right, those biblical movies about, the book of Noah or in the time of Noah, you see, when people watch that, they actually marvel, man. They're like, God damn, I don't want to be a part of that, you see? And then the next day, they don't think that, that the same thing is actually going to happen, man. You see? These people don't actually consider that what happened then is actually going to happen now again. You see? That's what scripture says, that there's no new thing under the sun. For a reason, man. You see, it's the same thing happening back again, man.
Verse 40, then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left.
That's right. That's why you have, a small group of men that know the name of Yahweh and this doctrine. One or two from each city, man. You see? And even though, like for example, right now, we're in, Quebec and Ottawa, right? So, you see, there's just only, a small group of men that know the name of Yahweh and this doctrine that are pushing the truth of Yahweh compared to how many people, are actually living here, man. You see, there's a, there's a lot of people, that are living or that are here, you see, ruling these lands. But how many people know about this truth, man? That's why scripture says that, only a few receive one from a city, etc., man. See? You got something? Go ahead, I do that.
Second Esdras 16 and 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
That's right, man, exactly. So then they're going to know who are my chosen. You see, the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to make a light and show who his chosen are in these last days, man. You see, just recently, I was watching one of the brothers, I forget exactly where he's from or where the location is from, and, there was a huge flood, that had happened, and the brother, he went live, just pretty much driving by, to videotape, each of the people what's going on. And on his live stream, you had this one person just pop out of nowhere seeking for answers, man. You see? So you have people seeking for answers already, man. The guy was pretty much saying, hey man, I need help, I don't know where I'm going, etc., etc. And so the scripture says that then they're gonna know who are my chosen, man. So people are gonna come on here looking for the elect men, looking for the Yahweh Shai. You see, because are going to need answers to where should we go, where should we go, etc. All these different things, man.
Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
That's right, man. You see, we don't know what hour Yahweh Shai is gonna come, man. But we know Yahweh Shai is gonna come near and soon. You see, because of the prophecies. You see, we're able to filter everything through the scriptures. What's happening in the world, we are able to filter it through the scriptures, man. You see? Did you finish up?
Yeah,
Can you give me a Hebrews or and then yeah.
Hebrews 1 and 1. And the Most High,
What
who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in the time past
That's right.
unto the fathers by the prophets, had in these last days spoken unto us by his Son.
That's right. So scripture says that Yahweh, okay, in past times, he spoke unto us by the prophets, man. You see, the Lord Yahweh speaks through the prophets. You see? And now in these times, he's speaking to us, through his Son, right? And also, the prophets are actually back here again today, man.
Whom he had appointed heir of all things.
That's right, man. So Yahweh Shai, he has the dominion and the power and the glory of all things, man.
made the worlds.
That's something. Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 3:14. Turn, O backsliding children, said the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family,
That's right.
and I will bring you to Zion.
That's right. So two of a family, one from a city. Hey man, the elect are that 1%. You see, the 1%, man. You see, you might have one from a family, which most likely, that's how it is. If you're lucky, you and your brother might be actually in the truth, man. You see, but most likely it's just one from a family, man. You see, and two from a city. And then Yahweh is going to bring us to Jerusalem, man. Jerusalem is a beautiful place. You see, and so Yahweh is gathering that house of David first.
And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, who shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
That's right, man. So, that's the man of great wisdom, man. Beginning with the apostles. According to the Lord Yahweh Shem's heart, man. Because, there's also pastors that have went on out of their own will, to proclaim, the word of the Lord, but they're going off, man. You see, that's what it's talk about how, that in the last days, that you're going to have a lot of false prophets.
Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
That's right, even from the beginning, man. Earthquakes in diverse places, man. What's that? That's the 24th chapter. And also, in 2 Ezra 16, man.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
That's right. So now it's telling us, be patient, man. Don't be troubled. Because a lot of people are troubled right now. You see? A lot of people are troubled right now. But the Lord Rabbi Shosha is telling us, that these things are going to come to pass first. So just, hold your peace,
But the end is not yet.
But the end is not yet, man.
For nation shall rise against nation,
Yeah,
and kingdom against kingdom.
that's right.
There shall be famines, pestilences, earthquakes in divers places.
In diverse places, man, all over the world, man. Earthquakes, pestilence. You see, you have a lot of things that are actually happening on the surface of the earth that are not being, that Esau is not actually bringing up over the media, man. You actually have a lot of people who are going through famine. You see, you have people who are eating their children right now. You see, because of the lack of bread. But it's not being, Esau is not, he's not bringing forth that information because a lot of people think that, well, what, if it's not happening to me or to us, then therefore it's all good, or they don't consider it, man, that that the same thing is going to happen here. You see, there's a lot of people who bring forth food into the cities, by these trucks, who have gone on a strike. There's thousands and thousands of people who are not, actually being able to bring forth food into the city, man. You see, that's gonna bring forth famine. And they say that in these, grocery stores, you only have food that'll be able to last you 3 days, and then after that, that's it. You see, if food is not being brought forth into the city, every single day, people are gonna starve. And they say that it only takes what, up to 3 weeks before people start becoming before people lose their mind and actually start eating each other, man. 3 weeks, man. Cannibalism. You see, that's written in the scriptures, man. You see, and that's actually gonna happen again. Yeah, man. Famine is one of the worst ways to die, man. See, because your body is actually has nothing to eat, so so your body eats itself from inside out, man. See, and then if you're not in your right mind, you see everything that you see, you desire as food, man.
supply chain.
Exactly, exactly. Just one little, mislip. That's it. Everything else, it's gonna happen. It's going to have an impact on the next thing, man. You see, and gas is going up. I believe they said that it's gone up, 20%. You see, food itself, it's every single day increasing. Once it hits, with the with the crash and everything, and the hyperinflation, you see, a gallon of milk will probably be like $30-$40, man. You see, a bottle of water could be up to $40-$50, man. You see, that's the times that we're coming into, man. And they show you in these movies, man, that eventually you're gonna come to a time where you're gonna have to trade certain things in order to be able to live, man. You see, money will not mean anything, man. The only reason why the paper dollar has somewhat of a value is because the elite say so. If they just say, what, we're not using the dollar no more, that's it, right? People are not gonna be able to do nothing, man. You see, it's monopoly money. That's what that is, man. You see? And so real riches is actually having substances, man. You see, and so,
Resources.
yeah, exactly, having, resources, man. That's why Esau is able to stay in the position that he's in, because the fact that he, goes into these different countries and steal their resources, man. Because he understands, that's, the real riches, man. You see? And he prints the paper dollar, man. He literally prints them, man.
Yeah, he has the fatness of the world.
Exactly, exactly.
Our people, the Israelites, they have no substance. They have barely have substances.
Nothing, man. For example, people like Michael Jordan or Dr. Dre. You see, in the eyes of our people, they're wealthy, but them, compared to the elites, they just have the crumbs, man. It's like they just have like a paper, like a paper, I'm a $2, $2, $5 bill. That's it,
Have no real substance.
Yeah.
Pass on from generation to generation. And you said, like that paper money, the next day, you done away with it.
Exactly.
Which ultimately, that's what they're going to do. They're going to do away with the FRNs, man. They're going on to the digital currency.
That's right. That's right.
As we pass on digital currency, it's going to be cheap. That's the scenario of Yahweh Shem Shai. All you wicked Israelites, man, that sold out, that turned away from it. But the Lord's going to require that of you.
That's right.
That accountable for your actions.
That's right, man. And the celebrities of our people, even though they somewhat have, what they call money, etc., right? They're being monitored, day and night. You see, how they're spending their money, etc. Because at any moment, Esau could be like, what? Because you went against me, I'm gonna cut it off. So even though Esau gave it to you, at any moment he can take it away from you, man. That's why the scriptures talk about don't make a covenant with these people, man. See? Because at the end of the day, you're called the devil for a reason. They deceive you, man. You see? Once you're not keeping up with their agenda, they take that away from you, man. And we saw a lot of our people that were put to death because they decided to go against the agenda of Esau Edom. Like Michael Jackson, for example. You see? He came to a time where, the contract that he had with Sony was about to expire and he went to expose them. What happened? He was put to death, man. You see?
That's how Kobe got there too.
Exactly,
When
man.
he got a contract, was about to sue them for $400 million.
There you go. They put you to death right away, man. Even though you're wicked anyways, but it just goes to show you that when you work with Satan, that's the power that he has over you, man. And even with Kobe Bryant's death, it was actually, on The Simpsons, I believe. They showed you that Kobe was going to die by the way of the helicopter, man. You see, so these people know what they're doing. You see, it's actually crazy out here, man.
This is Matthew 16 and 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
That's right, because a lot of our people right now, what they're doing is they're saving their lives, man. Especially, the wicked two-thirds of our people, man, because they have, they look at the state of their condition, right? Their condition, living in the ghettos, etc., and they say that, that they've made it. I've made it. So therefore I'm making money, so that I can save my life. But what are you doing to be able to receive those riches? And in order to get more, you have to do a bunch of vile acts behind scenes, man. You see, you gotta sell out, man. You gotta sell out your soul. In order for you to continue to get more. Like, I'm a Dwayne Wade, for example. In which we spoke about him, just a few weeks ago, man. He sold his son. He sold his son out, man, to become a woman, you see, and now, he is able to have, a part owner of the Utah Jazz, and also now, he has a game show, which, he's able to generate income from it, man. But, the dude has no backbone, man. You see, his wife owns the house, his children are out of order, you see, but people look up to him, as a leader. People look up to him as someone to respect, man. You see? But, in the eyes of the prophets, that nigga is wicked, man. You see? And he's doing nothing to uplift the ways of Yahweh Bashem El Shai, man. You see? He forgot about the Lord, man. You see? That's right, man. Making sacrifices, just like the brother said, man. That's exactly what they do. They constantly make sacrifices, man. Like, Kanye West, he said that he sold his soul, for a happy meal. You see? For a happy meal, man. Because ultimately that's what you're trading it for. Compared to what you could actually get. Imagine the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem El Shai. You got a happy meal.
That's what they give the kids at McDonald's.
Yeah.
They used to have food that they only get the crumbs.
Exactly. And that's dung, man. That's actually eating shit. You see? Because you don't actually know what you're eating, man. And they actually told you, that they feed you human flesh, man. You see?
Small fries and toys.
Dingle it in your face, and I'll trade you for this. This is Esau, man, for the birthright again,
Yeah.
For over some shit he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Even Kanye said it was a crappy deal.
It was a crappy deal.
Shit,
Right? But he did it anyways.
Yep.
You see, and then now look, the condition that he's in, all bugged up, man. Because he married into that witch family, man. The Kardashians. And when you look at every single man, that has been with one of those Kardashians, their life went to shit, man. Lamar Odom, James Harden had the worst season of his career when he was with one of them, man. You see, But, that's exactly what you deserve, man. That's what you get, man. A lot of our people, a lot of Jake that's been with the Kardashians, look at fucking, I'm a Bruce Jenner or whatever the fuck his name is, man. Turned him into a woman. You see?
Oh, man.
Confused, man. And you know what? Like me personally, I don't even watch that show or anything, but I hear of these things, man, because it's, because it keeps on happening over and over and over, man. When you look at the track record, man. But that's not only just with the Kardashians, that's just that celebrity, type of relationship. They pass each other around, man. Complete wickedness, man. You got a bunch of these women hopping from one man to another. They literally pass each other around, just like a bunch of toys, man. You see? And then they call it Hollywood, man. They're a bunch of witches, man.
Joe Biden is a creep, with a little woman molesting. You can see it in the background,
Verse 26, Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
That's right, man. So what are you gaining from that, man? You see? You lose your own soul, man. But you get, hey, man, what's that? Matthew, when, I'm Satan, showed Yahushai, the world and everything, Satan, tried to get Yahushai to sell out. You see? You got it, Beautiful, man. gonna give you all of this, okay, if you fall down and you worship me. So, a lot of our people that get these, different deals, you see, that's the same thing, man. You see, you have to sign that contract, man. But now you actually have to be able to keep their agenda. You have to do as they say. And if you don't do it, you see, that deal is off, which most likely means that you're going to be put to death. You see, these people are the real, I'm a drug dealers, man. You see, and there is no way out of it. The only way out of it is if you be put to death, man. You see, yo, it's heavy, man. Okay. And you just wait, just 1 second,
It says here,
let it finish this one first.
and said unto him, all these things will I give thee if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then said Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan.
That's right. So Yahushua rebuked him, man. Come behind me, Satan. You see?
For it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, Yahweh, and him only shalt thou serve.
That's right. So that's who you should serve, man. And that's who you should worship. Okay, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Okay? Who Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You see? And him only. You see? Because there is a greater reward. Yahushua knew what he was going to get, man. You see? For worshiping, the Heavenly Father, man. You see? And so everything else was just temporary, man. Everything else was just, the basis of the earth, man. Especially with Esau. Anything that Esau gives you, you see, he's going to require a lot more out of you. Especially if you're an Israelite, man. You see, he's going to use you up, man. That's what Satan does. And then when he, and then when you have no use anymore, he'll just get rid of you, man. You see? Yeah, exactly, man. Oh, man, look. Finished, man. You see? That's why a lot of these people, when you look at them, they're constantly wearing dark shades, man. You see? Because the scriptures talk about how, that the eye is a window to the soul, When you look at them, man, okay, they're wearing dark shades because they're covering their shame, man. You see? Because they know that they're wicked, and actually, a lot of them, can't even see themselves in a mirror, man. You see? Because they got a lot of spirits, a lot of demons in them, man. Like Beyonce, man, For example, she says that when she's on stage, that demon, Sasha Fierce, comes into her, and, she has no control over what, how much she does over her body. And then you got Nicki Minaj with that demon roaming. You see? Like a little child. You see what I mean? That's exactly, like when these people talk about these things, they're actually telling me the truth, man.
That's that Glass, that movie, the guy with many spirits on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Up,
Yeah.
One day he's a girl, one day he's a kid,
Yeah.
one day he's a split.
Yeah, split. Different personalities, right? I think there's like 8 or 9 different personalities. You see? Look, it's more. Yeah. It's more than that. You see? Those are all, different spirits, man.
72.
See what I mean, bro? But that's that lifestyle. That's what it says. What do you profit if you gain the whole world but you sell your soul, man? You see, a lot of them actually want to commit suicide, man. But because they signed a contract, they're being watched and monitored day and night, man. That's why a lot of them are on drugs. Because when you're on drugs, you see, you're trying to escape reality. You see, and then when you're off of them drugs, man, okay, you gotta come back and deal with the hell that you gotta go through, man.
It's cool, he might not even let you die.
Yeah.
Overdose, you wake up again,
Yeah.
It's in the worst state. Like DMX, you say it's in coma for a few.
Yeah. For like a few days,
Right.
right?
You have to be tormented in the mind.
Yeah. That's why the scripture says, fear him, that does not kill the body, but can kill the body and the soul in hell. You see, so the Lord can actually put you in hell here on the earth, man, just torment you, making, imagine being a vegetable, man. You see, just being a vegetable, you're just laying in a hospital bed, can't move, can't do shit. You're just sitting there, man. Your spirit is there, but you can't do shit, man. That's torment, man. The Lord can do that, man. You see, that's why a lot of people would just rather, end it, man, and just go into the spiritual world, man.
And once the Lord controls that.
Exactly. The Lord Jehovah Shemashah controls that, man.
And also, you cannot be amongst the men of the Lord to fight the battles because of your injuries or your infirmities, as is written in the laws of Moses. So that's a sad thing.
Matthew 16 and 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? What shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works.
So then the Lord Yahushua is gonna, he's going to reward you according to your works, and a reward, isn't always, something, that is beneficial to you. You see, a reward can be good and bad. You see, the other precept in the book of Sirach, I believe the 10th chapter, talking about, I got it. The book of Sirach.
I'm on the 10th chapter, yes.
Okay,
Sirach chapter 10, verse 8.
Verse 9.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
That's right.
For such an one setteth his own soul to sell.
That's right. So the scripture said that there isn't a more wicked thing than a covetous man. That's why a lot of our people, they can never have enough. They become like Esau, Edom, man. You see, they're never content with what they have, man. You see, the scriptures talk about being content with your wages. You see, we're living in a kingdom that is wicked. You see, so you seeking, to gain more on this side of the world doesn't mean anything, man. You see, because this is not our rest. So scripture says that there isn't a more wicked thing than a covetous man, right? Go ahead.
Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
Because while you live, you cast away all of your morals, man, all of your bowels, everything that you went by. You see, everything that you were taught, not to be a homosexual, etc. You cast all of these things away, man, because you sold your own soul to sin. You see, and that's what we're doing. And then, you reap, you get the consequences that you deserve for those actions, man. That's why the scriptures tell you in the book of Romans, about about how that you receive those consequences, which was me. You see, just to roughly paraphrase that.
Book of Romans, chapter 1, and verse 32. Who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
That's right, man. You see, because you have some people, that will commit the homosexual acts. You see, and you have some people who say, well, you know what, who say that that they are not the ones who get caught, but they're the ones, you know what I mean? Which is, hey, man, exactly, which is wicked, man. You see, and they themselves, who has pleasure in them that do them as well, man. You see, wicked, man.
Romans 1 and 27. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lusts one toward another.
That's it. So the natural use of a woman, you see, is for you to be able to have, sex with a woman, man. You see, her vagina was created for a reason, man. But you have people who would rather go back door, man. You see, that's man. That's what you call, I'm sodomizing someone. It's the same thing as if you were to do it to a man. You see, because it's just a rectum, man, which actually brings forth diseases and wickedness, man. You actually damage that woman, man. You see, her vagina is there for a reason, man. Why the hell would you? You know what I mean? That's what was happening in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
Burning their lust one toward another, man with man working that which is unseemly.
That's right.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
That's right, which is what, these different diseases, man. You see, that's that recompense of your error. And it's meat. It's good, man. You see, AIDS is a good thing, man, for homosexuals. You see? Because it's gonna, put your ass to death. Eventually. You see?
Month now.
What's that?
We're in
in their month.
Yeah.
Their pride is high. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yes, they're actually making themselves there right now, naked, you know,
Mhm.
because all these follies and foolishness. I don't know why the president doing June the 15th, but it's all up to their shame.
Yeah, like in that month, like in this month of June, there's a lot of rituals. There's a lot of heavy things, that go behind scenes, man. And so a lot of the times, there's things that happen, as a distraction, because they're making a bunch of sacrifices, and so they gear your attention towards something else while they're doing a bunch of other things in the background. Because a lot of these people, what they do is they cast enchantments, man. They're casting a lot of spells upon our people, man. You see?
They hide not their sins as a
Yeah.
Gomorrah.
Yeah, exactly.
To sodomize, Gomorrah.
Yeah, they hide it not. The same thing. About with the pedophiles. That was happening back then as well. You see, and now they want to add it into the LGBTQ community now. You see, they had it not. They're coming forth with it and saying, that what, and, that we have, yeah. And so, that's exactly why the scriptures, telling you, man, that they are the border of wickedness. And like with all of these different enchantments, that they cast upon Jacob, the scriptures talk about how that that there's no enchantment against Jacob, which is the elect, going into that. You see, because a lot of our people, they have spells on them, man, and majority of the time it happens through the music, because the music it carries a certain vibration, and our people are heavy into music, man. You got it, guys.
1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
That's right, because what's that? Amos chapter 3 verse 1. So the scripture says, so the scripture says that judgment must begin at the house of Israel first and foremost, man. Okay, and if it begins there, how much more of them that don't believe, man? Reason why is because we are the children of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, and just like as a father or a mother, right? When you have your own child and your child goes out to play with his friends, and your child does something against what you have him or her, to do, right? When that child comes back, you're gonna discipline your child first. You see, that's the same thing right here. Yahweh Shemashai is going to judge the house of Israel first and foremost, man. You see, yeah, verse 1.
Start verse 1.
Yeah.
Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel,
That's right.
against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt,
That's right.
saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
That's right. So therefore, Yahweh Shemashai is going to punish our people for all of our iniquities, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
That's right. So if the if the righteous scarcely be saved, meaning at the last minute, man, you see, then how much more them that don't believe, man? A lot of them are just gonna die. Go ahead,
Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to Him in well doing, as unto a faithful Creator.
That's right, man. So at the end of the day, you gotta carry your garment all the time, man. Put on that beautiful garment, oh Jacob, man. Oh Jacob. See?
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood.
Perfection. That's heavy, right there.
For the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
That's right. That's why like we spoke about, about the term, I'm a Hollywood, which goes into the word, which goes into the word, you know, I think it's called, hallow wood, which is an actual wand, that you use, to be able to,
Caspel.
yeah, exactly.
The Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. Which is used, man. For the multitude of thy sorceries. You see, because a lot of our people, are actually into them. Hey, man, Levi is into voodoo, man. You see, because Levi is actually a spiritual, a spiritual like a tribe, and because everything, has been turned upside down. Instead of them being the priest, now they've become, doing the complete opposite, man. See, a lot of these Edomites, a lot of these elites actually go to Levi, for a bunch of, to be able to talk to Satan and stuff, man. You see, that's crazy, man.
I think the northern tribe too, the Santa Maria,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
they came
yeah.
from.
Yeah.
It's actually the southern tribe that followed the northern tribe from doing some witchcraft, being the high groves and sacrificing, And this is what caused, what's his name again? This conquistador tribe of the America to battle back. What's his name again? The Aztecs in the southern tribes, to kill them off. And God please judge. But still, yeah, it's written in scripture that it started from the northern tribes.
Yeah, a lot of our people do that. That's not
Just add on. Look at the history of the northern tribe. They never had a righteous rulership. Zero righteous king.
yeah.
They even chased the Levites out of it.
Yeah.
The king gave a priesthood to anyone.
God, man. Because when you look at when you look at the southern tribe, you had David, Solomon, etc., which was I'm a hero for 40 years of peace, man. But man, a lot of our people are into witchcraft, man. Especially, especially Levi, man.
A lot of the president nations that died.
Yeah,
That earthquake, that was the Lord shaking that up.
exactly.
And that building got hit in Florida too. That was of the Lord too, man. It collapsed and
Yeah,
message
yeah.
speaks to the world.
That's, my dad, my dad has a twin sister who's into that, man. See? And the moment he found out, he cut her off, man.
What the hell?
It's like, fuck that, I'm out. I ain't dealing with you no more. That's right.
Verse 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee. Thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none is beside me.
That's right, man. You see, because ultimately, once they actually receive that power on the left-hand side, they take it in as if, that is of their own, man. You see, and so they put themselves on a pedestal, man. You see, thinking that nobody sees what they're doing, man. See?
Verse 12, stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to confident, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels, let not the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before.
That's right, man. So at the end of the day, there is judgment for them people, man. See? There's a heavy judgment, for those that have a huge impact on the wickedness of our people, that push our people on a certain vibration, man. See? That's right.
man lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpse. They stumble upon the corpse, because of the multitude of the whoredoms, and of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that selleth nations through her whoredom, and families through her witchcraft. Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nation thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
That's right. That's what Scripture says. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, right? And that rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. You see? Yeah, man.
That's what it says. Sit down. That's
That old virgin out of that.
and that's the sorcery. That's the harlot, because the harlot is a witch.
Yeah.
Right? So she manipulates men.
Yeah.
Through her sorceries, she uses her
eyelid.
Right. Yeah. Poison men. And that's what Babylon has done to its residents, but ultimately throughout the whole world, man. All right. And it's heavy because it says the Lord shall consume, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Man. And only the word is making this harlot, this witch, putting this witch to death, man. You know.
Yeah.
A dreadful sound is in his ears.
Yeah.
You know.
That's right. That which is being made bare by the truth.
By the truth, yeah.
You see, the truth is revealing, that this goddamn whore, you see, is defiled, man.
Right.
You see, and so now that she's being put forth in the front, a lot of people are starting to wake up, man. You see, especially the elect, first and foremost, the 144,000. You see, because this witch had a lot of men, running after her, man. You see, after these different philosophies, these different gods, etc. That's at Revelation 17.
And the thing about a whore, man, especially women, they have no accountability, man. So ultimately, she's seeking to hide herself.
Yeah.
You know? And how is she hiding herself? By promoting this crack scene.
Yeah.
You know? So ultimately, it could be days. Now you're in the days. You don't know what's going on.
That's right. This is the book of Revelation chapter 17, verse 3. And he cried, and he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
That woman is a representation of America. Okay, and she's sitting upon the beast, which ultimately is a NATO.
Yeah.
All right. And that's right. United Nations. You know, which ultimately has control over the beast.
And it says,
Salaki, I mean that's her foundation. That's the foundation of the beast. Okay?
that's right. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, and having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
She's the glory of the beast. Okay, she's like that trophy. It's like her precious baby. You know.
Yeah. And when John the Revelator, when he saw this, he actually saw a beautiful woman.
Marvel at.
It's like, God damn. She's looking nice.
Yeah.
You see?
Like Judah woman, I can do that. I can handle that.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you look at a harlot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the word. You say you're mesmerized by her outward looks. But inwardly she's full of abominations, man.
Yeah. Because usually when a man desires a woman, first and foremost it's her looks, man. Let's just be real. First and foremost, if she look good, you're like, God damn, I want that, right? And so that's exactly it, man. You see?
So that's why you cannot be in the mix with Esau's Edoms, when they get in the mix with the women and all, this is a great downfall. It's because them, man, you see, they can combine just the looks, man. You
Yeah.
can't tell what they are from the outside, but you can't tell from the inside.
That's right. That's right. Because the scriptures talk about how that Yahweh does not look at the outward appearance, but the inward, right? See, so that's why we have to be spiritual, man. See, and not just talking about on the carnal sense, but also on the spiritual sense, because when people come with different doctrines, we filter it through the scriptures, man. You see, and be able to tell if you're telling the truth or you're not. You see, we're looking at the inward thing, man. We're looking at the spiritual thing, man. And it says, and upon her forehead was a name written. Now this is all in caps. It says, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and abomination of the earth. Abomination of the earth, man. You see, because everyone follows after that harlot, man. She has a bunch of men, which are all of these different nations, following after her, man. And she's leading them into death. Because first and foremost, she's blind as well, man. You see? And then it says what? And I saw the woman drunken. You see, so she's not in her right mind. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh. And I saw her and wondered with great admiration. You see?
Really quick, Sirach 25, verse 19. All wickedness is but a little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
That's right. That's why the scriptures talk about how America's son have reached out to heaven, man. You see? Because they are the most wicked rulers ever recorded. You see? All of the other heathens, they're wicked as hell too. But compared to Esau, Edom, you see, they would be considered righteous. You see what I mean? And so it just goes to show you, all wickedness is but a little wickedness of the woman. You see, and this is talking about, about actual women, but it can also be, I'm talking about that harlot, which is America, man. You see? You got it, actually. You got it.
Proverbs 7 and 9. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot, and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn, her feet abided not in her house. She is without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. So she caught him, and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me, this day have I paid my vows, therefore come I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with covering of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloe, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love. For the good man is not at home. He is gone a long journey. He had taken a bag of money with him, and will come home at the day appointed. With her much fair speech, she causes him to yield. With flattering of her lip, she forced him. He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, as a fool to the correction of the stock, till the dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth.
That's right, man. So what she did was, she trapped him, man. You see, and that's what happens most of the time here. Is that a lot of people get trapped into the ways of the system, worshiping the beast. You see, and then she gets you to go off. She gets you to commit adultery. You see, because she said that the good man is not at home, which means that she had a man. You see, so she got you to commit adultery, which the punishment of that is death. And so her mission is to have everyone go off, man, because she's a whore. You see?
For example, the
that she doesn't belong to the nation of Israel doesn't belong
Yeah.
to that harlot.
That's right.
Right? It belongs to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Because a lot of our people have committed, spiritual adultery. And a spiritual adultery is when you follow after different gods. You see, when you follow after different ideologies, man. Because a lot of our people have forgotten about the word. But rather, they're into different philosophies. They're into Buddhism, Islam. A lot of our people are atheists, man. They just don't believe in that. But
Just to back it up, this is Proverbs 6:32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. That's what that backs to the point. Our people, they commit spiritual adultery with that harlot. Right now, knowing that you have a right.
that's right.
And he's waiting for you. Alright? It says, he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Right? So it's against your own, for your own good. It's against your own good. You're doing this to your own detriment.
Right.
Alright? Here it is. You have the kingdom waiting you. And then you try to go for the harlot. And a lot of men have fallen down.
That's
You
right.
had a beautiful wife reserved for you, a virgin, but you went for the quick nut,
Yeah.
Speak, for myself as well, And for that cause, the Lord takes away that, potential wife.
That's right.
The Lord says here in verse 33, a wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. That's what the kingdom says. Some were glad, some were ashamed. You brought up weeks ago how there's going to be classes in the kingdom.
Yeah.
So there will be higher classes.
Yeah.
Those that choose that harlot,
Yeah, that they're gonna be ashamed, for a minute there. Exactly. Because they committed adultery, and the scripture says that if you commit adultery with a woman, you lack understanding. That's deep, man. Because imagine, all of the things that you thought you knew, and then you just go off like that. You have no understanding, man. You see? There's a greater punishment for that, man. You see? There's a greater punishment for adultery. Not just on a physical sense, but on a spiritual sense, because you even have some people who have came into the truth, but then they decided that what, I don't believe in this no more, and then they went back into the a Christian church, man. And so on and on.
Verse 34, for jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
And hey, that man is Yahweh Shai, man. You see, he's not gonna spare in the day of vengeance, man. And even now, bro, like when man, when a man sees his woman with another man, he's looking to kill both of them off, man. And that's actually righteousness, man. In the eyes of Yahweh Shai, you're actually doing the right thing, man. But we understand, that that's not what what we promote or say to do, because we're living in a wicked society, and if you do that, you're going off here. But in the eyes of Yahweh that's actually correct, man. You see, because both of them, the adultery, the adulteress, you see, both of them, should be put to death, man. You see.
She's telling this word is to come out of her, my people, come out of her.
Yeah.
Commit fornication when you're inside her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says come out of her.
That's right, man. Because the woman is the man's weakness, man. You see, that's the man's weakness, and so a lot of the time, you have men, who are actually of a high stature, etc. But then they get deceived by the woman, man. You see, that's why the scripture says that the woman have it says something about how that the woman had destroyed kings.
Many have fallen.
Yeah, hey man, even our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. When he was King Solomon, man. That's That's heavy, man. And here it is, man. When you look at the woman, she's a weaker vessel, but she has a lot of power, man. You see, just by her, just by her body shape. See what I mean? Because the scriptures talk about how that a man loves nothing, but the beauty of the woman. You see what I mean?
This is Proverbs 31:3. Give not thy strength unto woman, nor thy waist to that which destroyeth kings.
That's right, man. You see? Because when you give your strength unto her, man, she's gonna, use that against you. You see, you'll have a woman who will actually use the scriptures, to come up against you, man. And be like, well, you're going off here. It's the Sabbath. You can't be doing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, hey, man, that's what it's going to talk about. Don't let your your right hand what the left hand is doing. You see? Because a lot of these women, they, when time comes, see, they know exactly which nerve, which button to push to piss you off. You see? So the scripture says, don't give thy strength unto the woman. And that today, your strength, which will be your seed as well, man. Don't be giving them no children, man. Hey, man, they're going to use that to destroy you, man. Put you on child support. You see? Just put all hell upon you. You see? Yeah, at the end of the day, man, these women, even though we desire a woman, man, you got to be very careful, man. You have to be very careful, because at any moment, man, Satan, can jump into her, and that's it, man. It's over, man.
Quick precept.
There you got it.
1 Kings 21:23. And of Jezebel also, verse 25. But there was none like unto Ahab, which did sell himself to work wickedness in the sight of the Lord, whom Jezebel his wife stirred up.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man.
You see something powerful, something wicked, best believe the Lord is behind it.
Yeah. Because a lot of the decision that's being made today, within the society, woman is behind it, man. Because women have been given the authority. You see, Esau gave the woman, the authority to be able to actually make decisions like that, man. That's why they say that, the moment that we have a woman president, that's it. All hell is gonna break loose, man. Because she moves based off of her emotions. You see, she makes decisions based off of feelings, and then later she thinks rationally. You see, you see, bro? That's going completely off.
They're vain creatures.
Yeah, yeah,
Vain creatures.
yeah.
They don't go off logic. And the scripture clearly say that the Lord did not impute wisdom unto them.
That's-
I think that really good, huh?
That's right. Yeah, go
This
ahead. And a lot of and a lot of these women, they know how to use their words. You see, but they don't know how to use their brains, man. You see, and that's how they're able to trap a lot of men when they make decisions, etc. Man.
It says here, this is Job 39:16. She is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. Right? So, see, they actually don't believe in the Most High. A woman doesn't believe in the Most High. Maybe later on in her life, as she gains experience this and that. But a young woman, man, that's why I believe it's in Timothy when it says, take not a woman that is under 60 years of age, or from her age.
Yeah,
It says
yeah.
some have already been taken by Satan.
Yeah, exactly.
Verse
Yeah.
17, because Yahweh Bashmel has deprived her of wisdom, neither has he imparted to her understanding.
So she doesn't have understanding. Man. The Lord Yahweh Shimon took that away. That's why a man has to be, the head. You see, a woman is supposed to forward the agenda of the man. You see, but over here you have the opposite, man. And lot of men are just like, fuck it, man. You know, they're tired, man. See?
That video you said, you know, this women, why men don't want to approach women anymore.
Yeah.
We're tired of this shit.
Yeah, man. You know, confusion.
Yeah.
You see, now women are complaining that men are not approaching them. Well, you know, you're all about the feminist movement, which is now, you know, it's backfiring. You see, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, now women are complaining. You know.
So I can spend a year. Spend a year, a couple of months with women because they thrive off of attention. That's what they live on.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, brothers are like, they're stepping back. Yeah, like they're doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Now these women, hey, that's why they're coming out with short. Now they're doing the most.
Yeah.
I see a girl in a
Shit.
You know, like I saw a video of how confused the women are. You know, you had a woman. You know, she's cooking, etc. You know, and the man, and then her man comes by. You know, and like, you know, slaps her ass. You know, and she gets mad, right? And so then the next time when he walks by and he doesn't do it, she's like, why didn't you do it? Right?
Aren't you forgetting something?
Yeah, for real. You know, that's exactly what she said. You know, aren't you forgetting something? And it's like, what? You know, and then you know what I mean. But it just goes to show you how confused they are, man.
feel powerless because they're doing it.
So it's just like, man, like, what the fuck do you want, right? You know, here it is. You talked about woman liberty, and now you have all the liberty, and you don't know how to act.
You know?
You see, you're all confused. No man wants you no more. You see, you are alone. A lot of these women are actually alone, man. You know what I mean?
Not true.
That's right.
That's
because,
what they want.
Because, you know, a lot of the time, you know, men just like to chill, man. You know, a lot of the time, you know, men don't even want to talk much, man. You see? Because, you know, we're just straightforward, man. You see? But these, hey, man, I actually read a stat, and it said that men speak about 200,000 words a day, but women speak about 800,000 words a day, bro. You see? So just yap, 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 yap.
No, that is not. It's not edifying.
It's not
edifying.
You know? It don't mean shit, bro. You see? Oh, I got a precept for that here real quick.
Yeah.
This is the book of Sirach chapter 25, verse 20. It says, as the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of an age, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Ooh, that's heavy, man.
workout in the sun.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah, that shit hard, man.
It's hard.
Yeah, that shit's tough. You know, so is a woman full of words to a quiet man. You see, like, just leave me the fuck alone, man. That's the woman, man. That's crazy, man. Everything is spiritual, man. You know, the Lord, man. You know, yeah, man. It's the Lord, man. That's heavy, man.
Give ear unto my speech.
That's right.
Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your bones.
That's why. So the scripture says, you know, ye women that are at ease, man. Because a lot of these women nowadays, you know, they have a good job, etc. You know, they're able to, be able to pay for certain things. They can actually live on their own, man. You see. But one thing, you know, that they're always missing is a man, regardless of how much they have, man. You see. So even though Esau gave you that position, Esau gave you the authority, etc. You know, he gave you a job to be able to make more than the man. You see, at the end of the day, you're still not making the right decisions, man. That's why you're miserable and you're alone. You see, it's true, man. You know, it's true. And so, God, you know, it's a crappy ass deal, man. You see,
They're miserable because they're not fulfilling the lot that was given unto them.
Khan.
Your lot is, you were programmed to serve the man. So if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you know, so you're gonna be, deranged, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna be miserable, man.
Yeah, you're actually fighting against your nature,
Right.
what you were created to do.
Right.
And so now here it is, they stumble, they're like, what the fuck, my spirit is mourning that I should serve my man, but my flesh is saying, you know what, just get yours. You know what I mean? You know, because a lot of these women are all about, they put their career first, right? And so, you know, that's exactly what's, you know, that's where that clashes. And then when you have another, a group of wicked women, you know, who come around her, that's it, man. It's finished. You know, she's finished.
It's like,
No, you got
she's like 35, 40.
yeah.
Then that's the wall.
The wall.
See?
Yeah.
Now she's not the same. She doesn't have that
Yeah.
yeah, she's not, yeah, right. She's not as what's the banana.
Oh,
Her prime is
right,
not,
right,
not as
right.
ripe.
Not as ripe,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's like she's looking for, she has requirements now.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta be 6 foot. You gotta make money.
Yeah. And she turned down all these men. She went up to have fun in her 20s. Look, you can't escape
Hey,
it.
hey, come on, man. You know, that's actually true because, you know, we had a lot of women, you know, that I went to school with, right? You know, at the time, we were like, you know, like I was 16, 17, 18, right? When I look at them now, like, God, like, what happened? You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, she actually lost, or, you know, back then, you know, that was when she was actually in her prime, right? You know, that was when she was ripe, you know? And, you know, she looked good, etc. But now it's like, damn, you know, she's alone and she doesn't look the same no more. And so it's like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? But back then, you know, your mentality was like, you know what I mean? Like you actually desired her. You know what I mean? Because women, you know, they have a ticking, you know, or, you know, like a right on you. Because, yeah, exactly. You know, they actually have a biological clock. Once they reach, you know, to a certain age, they can't bear children no more. And so there is no use for you. A man desires to have, yeah, man, you know, a man can have children even, you know, up to his 90s, man. You see what I mean? You know, like as long as, you know, like as long as the man is strong, you know, and is able, right, you know, he's able to have children then. But why do women have a biological clock? Which goes to show you, man, you see that a woman has her purpose and that when she reaches a flower of her age, that's when she's supposed to be bearing children, you see? And even when women bear children at an older age, you know, there's actually a lot more damage that could happen to that child because that woman is not in her strength no more, you see? And so a lot of these women today, you see, they have all of these different, you know, they put their careers first, but when really, when a woman is in her order, when she actually does the right thing, as in, you know, being a stay-at-home wife is not an easy job, man. You see, you know, it's a difficult thing, but it's better than going out there and working day and night. You see what I mean? You know, as a woman, if you do that, if you stay at home, you bear children, you know, keep the house clean, etc., you know, that's actually a righteous thing, and a man desires that. A man is actually attracted, a righteous man is actually attracted to women who are like that. You see? A righteous man is not attracted to women who talk so goddamn much, man, who are out of order. You see, but because we live in a society where women have been given that position, now she wants to go out there, you know, and work day and night. You see what I mean? Which then, you know, when she comes home, you know, you know, yeah, you know what I mean? Like when she comes home, you know, that's when, you know, she gives you her worst because she's tired. You see?
She give all her energy to Esau.
Yeah.
And again, when she's out, you don't really know what she's doing.
Yeah.
You know, she's not being she's not being supervised in a sense.
Right.
She's just out there.
Yeah.
You know, she can tell you she's at work.
Don't give a woman liberty to gather abroad.
Come, that's the thing.
And she's actually fornicating with Esau.
Yeah.
Which is work, because Esau knows her purpose, which is to serve.
Yeah.
So he'll give her employment, give her salary, still crumbs.
Yeah.
But he'll use her for her purpose,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then just give her back to the streets.
Yeah.
And it's done.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
That's where the power relies. The serpent of old came to Eve and told her that she would be a god. She started from Eve to manipulate the man, you know.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Because, you know, like we're talking about, you know, these women, you know, they'll spend.
Man, these devils going to captivity tough, bro.
Okay.
They don't want your little smile. You know how they keep
Yeah.
they feel like they're better, you know?
Yeah.
They got that that look.
Yeah. You know, that smirk.
Oh, you're preaching. You guys are preaching.
Yeah.
It's just these women too.
That's, yeah. That's crazy.
What book is that? Oh man.
This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 5 and verse 51. He answered me and said, Ask a woman that beareth children, and she shall tell thee. Say unto her, Wherefore are not they whom thou hast now brought forth like those that were before, but less of stature?
But less of stature. Not only just physical, but also spiritually, man. You see, men and women, have been broken down, man. You see, they're not how they used to be. You see, men were able to have, a conversation. You see, even when there's friction between them. You see, but nowadays, you see, men and women, as soon as you offend one another, that's it. It's all hell. Breaking loose, man. You see.
And she shall answer thee, They that be born in the strength of youth are of one fashion, and they that are born in the time of age, when the womb faileth, are otherwise.
Or they are of a different fashion.
It says here, and so are they that come after you less than ye, as the creatures which now begin to be old and have passed over the strength of youth.
That's right. Which just goes to show you, that men and women back then were actually, even though they were going off, they're a lot better than how men and women are now. You see, that's why this place is going to receive that one great judgment because of how wicked this place is, the wicked and adulterous generation.
Back to how Sarah gave birth at 100 years old.
Yeah, or I believe she was 90, I think. Yeah, and then what's his name was 100. 100, yeah.
Stay at children after.
Yeah, exactly. I'm what he did, right? Exactly. Just look at man. In the kingdom, being like 100, 200 years old is like you being maybe like 10, 15. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know what I mean? Because we're gonna be able to live forever, but or like men was supposed to live 1,000 years. So like the math, living up to 70, 80 years is nothing, man. And it's, and the Lord is going to prolong the days, man. So we're gonna be able to actually enjoy a full day. A full day is gonna be long, man. Day and night, man, rejoicing. It's gonna be beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Let's go back to that one.
Second Esdras chapter 9 and verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, upwards of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things
Yeah.
from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
That's right, man. So the end has been made manifest. And that's why we're confident in what we believe in. We're confident in moving forward with this thing, man. You see? Because, the end, has been made manifest. The end, is here. You see? We're looking to get into those chariots, man. You see? And that's the goal, man. There's more now. We don't know, like,
Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved, and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders.
That's right, man. So them that believe and that endure unto the end, Yahweh Shemashah, we're gonna see His salvation. Even if you be put to death, for believing in Yahweh Shai, you're gonna have the first seat in the chariots, man.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath wrought.
That's right, which, goes into the, different sources that we spoken earlier. There's no enchantment against Jacob. That Jacob there is talking about the elect, man. You see, because we know about Esau's devices, man. You see, we understand what he does behind closed doors. So we're able to keep ourselves occupied in the scriptures, and be able to filter, what Esau is doing at the times that we're living in. And that scripture, the book of Revelation, chapter 21. I'll start from verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh Shai is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh Shai himself shall be with them, and be their power. And Yahweh Shai shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Man. So imagine, man, just having, we're talking about the woman, just having our woman in order in the kingdom is going to be a blessing, man. It's going to lift a lot of weight off of, off of the brothers' back. See, all of the stress, that the brothers, had gone through, it's all going to be done away with, man. You see? So the scripture says it's going to be no more pain, no more tears, for the former things are done away with, man. You see, no more death. Yahweh Shai, when he returns, he's going to bring that with him, man. You see, he's going to bring that with him for the elect, first and foremost, man. You see?
This is 1 John chapter 3 and 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of the Most High.
That's right. That's what the scripture says in the book of Psalms, that I have said that ye are gods, but all of you are children of the Most High, man. See? Go ahead.
Beloved, therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh.
That's right, David, beloved. That's right.
It says, and it does not yet appear what we shall be.
That's right, because, yeah, man, even though we can only prophesy in parts, we can just speak about the little portion and understanding that we have, there's still more that we don't even know of, man. There's still a lot more that Yahweh Shai is going to reveal unto the elect, man. Imagine, the Lord Yahweh putting a crown on top of him, man. That's going to be one, a glorious moment, man, to behold. See? And then with that comes great responsibility, which means that we're going to have, a job to do, man. In order for us to have the earth mirror the heaven, we're going to be, doing a lot of work, as in, being able to understand certain things, etc. See, now, Esau and the heathen nations, are going to do the physical work, you see, but we're going to be able to, get more and more understanding, because, Lord Shai is going to give us the ability, to be able to, search things out, etc., and know, different elements, what works with what, etc. See, like, we're going to actually have, we're actually going to have an office, to be able to fulfill. That's why we're not going to be living with a woman, man. You see, we're not just going to be, at home day and night chilling, We're actually going to be doing something, that is righteous. You see, and we're going to have that extra, I'm a super body, yeah, terrestrial bodies, which means that, should be like him. Scriptures also say, which I brought up a few minutes ago, I have said that ye are gods. You see, we're gonna be like many, just like the elder, Ahmad Kazak, he said that we're gonna be like many most highs, in the earth, man. You see, of a lesser stature, man, because we're gonna be like our Father, man. Yahweh Shai is our big brother. We're gonna be like our Father, man.
Quick precept. Wisdom is like unto immortality. This is wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 17. Now, when I consider these things in myself and ponder them in my heart, how that to be allied unto wisdom is immortality.
That's right, and the scripture says that wisdom maketh a man's face to shine. You see, so we're literally gonna glow, man. You see, we're gonna have an aura, around us, man. All of the children of Israel in the kingdom, man. You see, we're not gonna be just like regular, individuals, man. We're gonna have a glow around us, man. Wherever we go, people are gonna know that that those are the Israelites, man. A brother, who had a vision, or actually it was a woman who had a vision, and she did a testimony, and she said that in the kingdom you could see the difference between the Israelites and the other nations, and whenever the children of Israel were to come into the land of the different nations, they would marvel, and they would rejoice, that the children of Israel are here. You know what I mean? They'd be like, they would be like, I'm gonna come. The children of Israel are here because it meant, that we were gonna be a blessing unto them. You see what I mean? After 1,000 years. You see? And so, man, kind of,
Like when Yahweh Shai came in Jerusalem, on the donkey.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just happy to see
Yeah.
Hosanna.
Yeah, exactly. And so in the kingdom, man, you see, after 1,000 years, we're gonna be able to, I'm a flourish, and give blessings, unto the heathen nations. You see, and they're gonna live right, man. You see, they're gonna be under us, but they're gonna be in order, and they're gonna be happy, to be under the children of Israel, man. You see?
Continue on that.
Yeah. Continue on that.
Verse 18. And great pleasure it is to have her friendship, and in the works of her hands are infinite riches.
Infinite riches.
Infinite.
That's right. Go ahead.
And in the exercises of conferences with her, prudence, and in talking with her, a good report. I went about seeking how to take her to me.
That's right. And now who is that her? That's talking about Sophia, right? Which is wisdom, right? She has infinite wisdom. When King Solomon, when he asked for wisdom, you see, he had 40 years of pure righteousness, ruler, I'm a kingdom, man. You see, because with wisdom comes everything, man. Imagine when you got wisdom, man. You'll know how to get women. You see, you'll know how to deal, with, with the elements. You'll know how to, you will know how to heal. When you're going through certain sicknesses, etc. You see, with wisdom, literally, it covers all aspects of everything. You see, because you got people, who might ask, for a blessing, and it's just riches. You see, but if you don't have wisdom to be able to actually know what to do with those riches, you're gonna lose it, man. There's a guy in Saskatchewan who won the lottery twice.
Yeah.
The nigga went bankrupt, man. Twice. You see what I mean? Because he didn't have no wisdom. You see?
Sad.
So imagine, man, you give a wise man a little portion, and he'll know how to make it a great substance, man. You see? You got something?
This is Wisdom of Solomon 7:16. For in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also and knowledge of workmanship. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements.
Damn. Wow. Yeah.
That knowledge that he passed on to his elect.
That's right. And then the elect will pass it down onto the children. And then imagine, that's just gonna, constant wisdom flourishing, left and right in the earth.
The beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun, and the change of seasons.
Esau wants to be able to do right now, I saw a video just recently. This one jig, he went into how the different worlds, and the distances between the Earth and the Sun, and also and also like how much the Earth weighs, etc. Where the hell are you getting these numbers from? You see what I mean? But in the kingdom, we're gonna be able to know that because we're actually gonna be able to actually go out there and actually experience it for ourselves, man. You see, it's gonna be evidence based. You see, we're actually gonna be able to actually have the proper science. Not I'm a falsely called, but like the actual be able to actually because what Esau does today is just an estimation. You see, he just wants to be able to say that he has something written down, but he doesn't have no evidence behind what he actually the things that he pushes out there, man.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, man. It's a theory. It's not a fact. It's a theory. You see, and when it's a theory, it's not the fact. It's not the truth. You see, but the operations of the heavens and the earth, etc., all of that, the elect will be able to know that, man. See,
The circus of years and the position of the stars. The natures of living creatures.
oh, it's like it said the circus of years. Hey, right now we actually don't know what year we're in, man, because times have been changed. We're under yeah, exactly. Which back then in the Babylonian times, a week was 10 days. You see, now it's 7 days, and so times have been changed. That's why the scriptures talk about how in the book of Daniel, that he shall look to change times and seasons, etc. You see, and so a lot has changed. We actually don't know what year we're in. You see, we go off of the calendar of today, but in actuality, we're gonna know exactly how old the earth is, etc. You see, all of that, man.
The natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts.
That's all the nature of living creatures. We're gonna be able to talk with the animals, man. Actually have a conversation with the lion. You see, like we're actually gonna make it a sport, man. I'm a certain animals, to be able to go out there, and chop up Esau, man.
So the field shall be in league with thee.
Yeah. Yeah. You see? Because because we're actually gonna have the dominion over the animals. That's why Noah was able to gather all the animals that Lord Yahweh reward him of into the ark, because the fear of humans was in the animals back then, and so the animals actually followed the instructors. The animals followed the rules and instructions of men. Now animals they attack, they will attack your ass, man. You see, so that's gonna go back. That's why the scriptures talk about how that our children are gonna be able to play with the different animals, because the animals are gonna be able to have fear and keep order of humans.
The violence of winds and the reasonings of men. The diversities of plants and the virtues of roots. That's all such things as are either secret or manifest with them I know.
It's like because there's a lot, there's a lot, like the different trees, the different leaves, etc. that we don't know, man. You see, there's a lot in the earth right now. Even though the earth is at the state that it's in, there's a lot of information, that has not been brought forth yet. You see, the things that are hidden, the things that we see, we're gonna be able to have knowledge behind it, man. See, that's why people are gonna be able to be like that. Those are the children of the Most High. You see, that's actually that's a beautiful piece of that's a lot.
Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall not I in the day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mouth of Esau.
That's right. So the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is going to destroy the understanding out of the mouth of Esau. Because Esau is not being revealed that this nigga doesn't know shit, man. You see, if he knew something, if he understood, how to rule properly, the earth will not be in the state that it's in. It's just that simple. You see, here Esau has been given the opportunity to rule and he has destroyed it, man. So therefore he is not fit. That's what the scripture says, that Yahweh Shemashai, or that the Lord is going to set up him that is profitable. Yeah, right? To be able to rule, which is Yahweh Shai. Because Esau is not profitable. Esau does not bring forth fruit in the earth, man. If anything, he destroys it, man. He kills it. You see? Go ahead,
And even to add on with wisdom comes the ability to judge righteously.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
And it says here, verse 9, and thy mighty man, O Taman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mouth of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
That's right, man. And so the mighty man will be destroyed. You see, of the children of Esau, Edom. Because the Germans are the smartest amongst the children of Esau, Edom. That's what it's talk about. That there's no wisdom. Because the truth has been revealed that these people actually don't know what you see. What's up?
Okay, really quick. Second Esdras 3 verse 33. And yet the reward appeareth not, and their labor hath no fruit. For I have gone here and there through the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth and think not upon the commandments.
Ooh, so even though they float in wealth, they don't think upon the commandments of Yahweh Shemashai. You see, the scriptures tell in the book of Psalms, that their inward thought is that their house will continue forever. You see, because they have the wealth, they think that that's it, man. You see, that in an instant, Yahweh Shemashai can make a poor man rich, and vice versa. And so these people, they don't consider that they're going to be taken out of their rulership, man. And that's why they're talking about going to different planets, doing this, doing that. Here it is, you haven't even been able to rule properly in the earth. What makes you think you're going to go somewhere else that you have no idea, and be able to actually, have a habitation there? You see, that's just Esau's pride, you see. And a lot of people believe him. A lot of people believe that we can go to Mars, you see, in the body, here. Hey, man, the only people, that are going to be able to travel to those different places, is the elect of Yahweh Shemashai and the children of Israel, man. Once we receive, our bodies, man. You see. But hey, Esau, you can try, man. The scriptures talk about how that there's a bound that he can't, that he cannot pass. You see, you're put here in this dome, in this earth. You see, to be able to just, this is it for you, man. This of the earth, not of the earth of the,
Back to 2nd Esdras 9 and 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land.
That's right.
And within my borders.
That's right.
For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
From the beginning, man. So those individuals, going into like what we spoke about earlier, how some of the elect, we're gonna have a lot more, to do in the kingdom, because it's gonna be an everlasting kingdom, man. We're not gonna set a whole nothing off, right? We're gonna be able to have the different knowledge, about the kingdom, etc. Which those individuals had hand in building the earth, man. You see, those are the elect of Yahweh Shemashai, who had hand in building the earth, man.
Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
That's right, man. Then those that have despised those of Yahweh Shemashai, they're going to dwell in torments.
says here, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not but despised it.
That's right, man. So once they had liberty, they despised the ways of Yahweh Bashim al Shai, man. You see, and when a place of repentance was actually open unto them, you see, they did not want to hearken unto Yahweh Bashim al Shai. So the scripture says that they're going to know it after death by pain. Right?
And therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is and for whom the world is created.
Ooh. Yeah.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 13. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is and for whom the world is created.
That's right, man. So don't worry about how the ungodly are going to be punished, man. See? But only worry about how you're going to be saved. Because ultimately, you can only deliver yourself. You can't even save your own household. Even though, the man, is the head of the household. And when that man gets delivered, his household gets delivered as well too. Noah, was an example. Lot was an example. You see? So it's going to be the same thing. But even then, when you look at it deeply, man, okay, you can only save your own soul, man. You see? And then, you might be able to bring your family back in the kingdom. See?
Job received double.
Exactly, Job received double.
All the children that he lost, he got them back.
Yeah, he did. He did. And also the substances that he had. He actually got a lot more, double. See? Yeah, you got it now.
Isaiah 46 and 9. Remember the former days of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from the ancient times the things that are not yet done.
That's right.
Saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
That's right. So the Lord is the one that rules in the kingdom of men. You see, he declares, the end, for the, you know what I mean? So the Lord already has this thing all, he has it planned out. You see? And everything is going to go according to his will. Nothing comes out of the ordinary, man. You see, nothing comes by chance or by coincidence. Everything happens according to the words and the ways of Yahweh.
This is the book of Philippians, chapter 2 and verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
That's right. So the scripture says to work out your own salvation, man, with fear and trembling, because we live in a time, things are going to get more difficult, man. And so at the end of the day, you have to fear, every single day. That's what the scripture says, to examine thyself whether you be in faith, man. You see, when you're constantly examining yourself, you see, you're checking yourself, am I doing the works of Yahweh? See, it's not a thing of, where you come into this thing, and yes, you are a part of a camp, but you think you're all good. You see, this is not just the end, man. You see, if anything, you should be more fearful that now you're a part of a camp, you gotta do more work, man. You see, you have to put up with us to edify the election. You gotta constantly pray to Yahweh to give you the spirit to be able to endure in these last days. You see, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about edification, man. The Lord, told like it was Peter, if you love me, feed my sheep. You see, because at the end of the day, that's all we have to do. That's what we, in order for us to please Yahweh Bashim Shai, is we gotta do His work. You see,
This is book of Philippians, chapter 3 and 13. Brethren, I'm starting at verse 11. If by any means I might attain unto the resurrection of the dead, not as though I had already attained, either were already perfect, but I follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which also I am apprehended of the Mashiach Yahushua. Brethren, I count
of the times, different hakim, they have a hard time moving on is because they have not forgiven themselves, man. They have Hashem probably all already the Lord already forgave you, but you haven't forgiven yourself, so therefore you allow your sins to weigh you down, man. And so it's hard for you to move forward with this truth, man. You see? The scriptures talk about how the Lord, will wake at your ignorance, and so you just have to be able to, Salaka Yahaba Shema have mercy upon me. And you move on, you keep on moving, man. You see, we're in the flesh, man. You see, we're in the flesh. So you constantly have to examine yourself, man. Am I doing the right thing, man? And when you're going through hell, that's a good thing as well, man. You see, because that means that Yahaba Shema is dealing with you, man. The scriptures talk about how that our Father will chastise his son. You see, if you're not going through anything, man, you better check yourself as well. It's the same thing. You see, if everything is all good, day and night, you're living it up, hey man, there's something wrong, man. There's definitely something wrong. The Lord might not be dealing with you. Just kind of like how, if you look at a group of like a basketball, for example, you have a coach who's part of one person. It's because he sees the potential in that individual, man. He knows that that person can do better, and can actually become a great player. But if he doesn't care about the other player, that means that he doesn't care about him. You see, he doesn't see no growth, nothing in that person, man. You see, so that person can just do whatever the hell they want. You see, but if he puts, if he is tough on that person, you see, on that one player, that means that he sees potential in it, man. That's the same thing, man. If you go through something every day, day and night, here and there, you see, you're going through different battles. It's a good thing, man. You see, so you gotta rejoice at that, man.
I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh and Hamashiach Yahushai. Let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded. If anything be, and if in anything ye be otherwise minded, Yahweh shall reveal even this unto you.
That's right, man. That's right. I got a piece of here. Book of Job, chapter 5, verse 17. It says, Behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh Bashimon shall correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty.
So the argument is saying we have to count, we have to be joyful when we receive chastisement of Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Right? Because I think it was the brother that was bringing it out. Ultimately, we go through the fire, it's a purifier, man. It's a purifying agent. We walk through the fire, the water, it's a purifying agent. The Lord is actually purifying you. It's through every situation you get better, man. Stay in the spirit. The Lord, it's the Lord molding his man.
Yeah.
It's not of us, Brother Stanley. It's the Lord refining his elect. That's right.
That's right. Because when you look at the brother, when you look at the fellowship, like amongst the brothers, we did not know each other, you see, until we came into this truth, man. So that's how you know that this is a thing of Yahweh Bashim al Shah, man. You see, a lot of brothers, have actually come into the conclusion of, this is how you're supposed to be. Like, you see, the apostles are an example unto us on, exactly like, of what to do or of what to be, being a man, etc. You see, we didn't have that when we were in the world, man. You see, now we have that amongst the brotherhood, and not only that, within the different tribes, man. You see, because you have the tribe of Judah, you have the Levi, Manasseh, Gad, all the different camps. Just actually being able to have a righteous conversation, man. Which is a beautiful thing, man.
Ephesians 4:4. There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
That's
So your brother could be in Saskatchewan, you link up with a brother in Ottawa. You don't have to know the brother, by heart. But there's one thing that unites brothers.
Yeah.
It's this truth, man.
That's
Okay,
right.
it's Yahweh Shai. Just like, it says here, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one power and Father of all, who is above above all and through all and in all.
That's right. That's right, man. Which just goes to show you, that we have that one common, denominator, which is, the word Yahweh Shemashai and this truth, man. We see one body. See, beautiful, one, you got something?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 16. For who has known the mind of the Lord that he may instruct him? Well, we have the mind of Hamashayah.
See, we have the mind of Yahweh Bashemashah. That's why we're able, that's why we're able to dwell amongst each other and actually, be able to have, a peace of mind. And so like when we're not together, that's when you experience, most of the hell in the world, man. You see what I mean? Because the kingdom of heaven is within us, man. You see, when brothers get together, we're able to have, like I said, like righteous conversations. You see, we're actually able, to express how we truly feel about this place, man. We can't do that at home with our women. You see, right?
And what you said earlier, when the brother won the lottery ticket twice, he was on a roll and he lost it all. The same way is that if you win all the money comes to you. You win 500, 400 million or whatever. You're gonna go become crazy, nuts out of your wits because you don't know how to handle the money. How you gonna spend it on, or if somebody's gonna track you down, how you gonna secure it. So it's good to be in the house of order, with the months of pressure.
That's right. The brotherhood, and Yahweh Shai, we constantly, he spoke about the importance of the brotherhood, man. You see, because a lot of times, when we're out there, going to work day and night, you see, we experience a lot of things and we go through a lot of things, man. But when we come together, we're actually able to have these conversations that we be able to move forward, man. You see, the brotherhood is what, is what keeps the brothers, move forward, man, day and night. Of course, within the truth, man. Within the truth.
1 Corinthians 9 and 23. And this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partakers therefore thereof with you. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
That's right, man. So if you strive for the mastery, you have to be temperate in all things. See, the only thing that matters, is to receive that crown, is to receive that penny. So whatever it is that you do, you have to focus upon that, man. See, everything else comes second, or even third, man. See, the truth comes first. Always.
Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. So I therefore so run, not as uncertainly. So fight I, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep my body and bring it into subjection, lest that at any means, when I have preached to you, preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
That's right, man. So we're seeking a crown that is incorruptible, man. You see, we're seeking a crown, that is able to give us everything that we desire, man. Everything that we speak of, and then more. Scriptures talk about how that whatever it is that we desire in the kingdom, before we even say it, but just look at it right before us. That's
Kind of have a glimpse of that too.
yeah.
Not just seeking answers from the scriptures before understanding. This is a that's the how about Shemashah.
That's right. Beautiful, man. I remember that big time. I would be thinking about something, and I might, maybe a day or two, I'll forget about it. But then, like I was coming across a video, and one of the brothers breaks down the exact same thing that when Yahweh Shemashah sees fit and it's ready for you. See, because a lot of the times, you got people who ask of certain things that they actually are not prepared to receive the answer for, man. You see?
I got something on that parable, Luke's chapter 16, and it's verse, Luke chapter 18 and verse 2. It says, there was in a city a judge which feared not Yahweh, neither regarded man. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, avenge me of mine adversaries. And he would not for a while, but afterwards he said within himself, though I fear not Yahweh, nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge said, and shall not Yahweh avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I tell you, he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, he shall find him on earth. So the Lord, waiteth on the right time for to get the right results, So, he's a Lord of patience, and he waited for us to plead him as a king, for his humility and
That's right, man. Because, a lot of the times, what the brother's going into is Yahweh Shemashah is gonna, do that which you desire, if it be of His will, according to His time. Like how they say in the world, that the Lord might not come when you want Him, but He's always on time. The Lord is always on time, man. Yeah, you got it.
James 5 and 8. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. Verse 10. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by earth, neither by any oath, but let your yea be yea, and your nay be nay, lest ye fall into condemnation.
That's right, man. That's right. Beautifully said. At the end of the day, it's all, things are going to happen, according, to the ways and the will of Yahweh Shemashah, man.
Quick one on that, Jeremiah 11 verse 4, which I command your father, verse 2. Hear ye the word of this covenant, and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and say thou unto them, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of Israel, cursed be the man that obey not the words of this covenant, verse 4, which I command your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace, saying, obey my voice, and do them, according to all which I commanded you. So shall ye be my people, and I will be your Yahweh power.
So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace.
That's right, man. So Yahweh Shemashah is going to have the answers to all things, man. Imagine, just, a group of the elect men, are going to be, they're going to have a powerful position in the kingdom. And then on top of that, you have Yahweh Shai there, man. See, that's a heavy thing to ponder about, man. You see, because our Lord Yahweh Shai, man, the creator of heaven and earth, is going to be there with us.
Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and his head and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean, and poured out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he should